Hello, my name's Randy with No More Odor. Today I'd like to tell you about the truth in odor removal, the 100% guarantee that so many people say. We've been in business over 20 years here at No More Odor. We see so many new companies, so many companies have been in business for a while. 100% odor removal guaranteed. 100%. We would never tell anybody that. We guarantee we'll make the odor less. Cigarette smoke, we're experts in cigarette smoke odor. And when we get a call, when someone calls us about cigarette smoke odor removal, we will tell you up front. Typical results is 80 to 100% removed. Maybe 2 or 3 homes a year will come out 50 to 60%, but typical results is 80 to 100%. And I tell the potential customer when you call, or when a potential customer calls, that we would never tell you 100% guaranteed. And if you go with a company like that, they're already lying to you. Get it in writing. It's to your satisfaction, and you have up until a week, week and a half to notify them that you're not happy. And it's to your nose, because we did call a new company up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida that was heavily advertising 100% odor removal guarantee. And called them up and said, look, seen your advertisement and are interested in odor removal and seen your guarantee, and that's why we're calling you. And the man said, yes, it's 100% guaranteed for odor removal. And I asked him, I said, is that to your nose or my nose, your guarantee? He wouldn't answer. And I asked him a second time, and he kept talking and still would not answer that question directly. And finally I said, look, sir, I said, the reason I called you is because I'd like to go with your company because I seen that guarantee that you have out there, you're heavily advertising. I said, I want to know if it's to your nose or my nose. The gentleman finally said, well, ultimately, it's up to me and my nose. What kind of guarantee is that? And also another hint and tip about this. I can come in and do a job and say 100% odor removal guaranteed. When I'm done with my job, it's going to smell like a very bleachy, clean smell. And you won't smell no odor. And I'll say, see, you're happy. There, I did my job, and now I'm gone. But when that ozone smell dissipates, which may fully take 2 or 3 days, usually if there's a couple windows open, it'll dissipate in a couple hours, the majority of it. But for the final results, you won't know the final results possibly for a couple days. And I'd be long gone. That's why I said, if you go with a company that says 100% odor remove guaranteed, get it in writing, it's to your nose. And you have up to 7 or 10 days to tell them about it, that you're unhappy with it. And put it in writing, keep notes in case you got to sue them in small claims court or whatever. However you want to remedy it. Now, with cat odor, that's with smoke odor, cigarette smoke, tobacco odor, or marijuana odor. Now, with cat odor, that's a different story. Cat odor, we tell you up front, we'll remove the residual odor. And this also goes for dog urine odor, cat spray, cat urine, dog urine odor. We will remove the residual odor. If the pet sprayed or peed, it depends how much is soaked in, how much will come out. Because ozone will not penetrate through walls, on the floor, through floors. It will kill and get rid of what's over on the surface, but it's not going to penetrate. So if a pet urinated or sprayed a certain area quite a bit, chances are you're going to have lots of other work to do by removing walls and stuff. We've been in homes that have been foreclosed on that nobody would touch. And we've been, not too long ago, we treated a home, $500,000 home. It sold, bank foreclosure, it sold for about $100,000 because the odor was that bad in the home. Gentleman that bought it and said, look, I can't even bring anybody in to rehab it. Please help me. I said, well, I can, but I don't know how good it's going to be. It was really bad. I said, what the ozone will do in this home here that had about 15, 18 pets in there, it's going to knock down the residual odor. And normally I tell people stay out of the home right away. In this case here, you go in, do a quick walkthrough, and when you may have to do that several times, like maybe an hour apart. Keep everything closed up, and as the ozone dissipates, you'll start smelling the urine odor, your cat spray. You will notice certain areas, and that's the area you got to concentrate on. So what it does, instead of tearing 20 or 30 feet of wall out, you might be able to narrow that down to 5 or 10 foot area. Instead of tearing 20 feet of wall out, you might be able to narrow it down to a 5 or 10 foot area. A wall. Now, with we get calls about mothballs. Mothballs are a completely different animal. But back with pet odors, real quick, we tell you up front, I can't guarantee how much is going to come out. Could be 30%. It could be 100%. I don't know. Now, if it's just a pet odor from pet dander, yes, that most of the time does come out all the way. But like I said, if it becomes a pet urine odor, which a lot of calls, we get a lot of customers, potential customers that call and don't want to at first say, yes, it's a pet urine. We have a lot of potential customers that call, and at first they don't want to say, yes, it's a pet urine or cat spray issue. They just say it's a pet odor. And then we got to inquire exactly what type of pet odor it is so we understand it, so we can give the customer, an honest answer. Mothball odors, that's a completely different thing. Animal. Mothballs are toxic. We have customers that throw mothballs up in an attic space because there was a rodent up there trying to get that out. Then they have the toxic smell of the mothballs. The mothballs would have to be cleaned up and come out, and then you would ozone it, which is going to be hard to do because it's an air-conditioned area in the attic. We can put machines down. Some of our machines we can hook hoses up to, so we can keep the machines in the air conditioning and run them into the attic. There's millions of different odors. We have had treated odors for sore backup. The odor, the bacteria come into the condo, into the house. Around the holidays, we get a lot of calls from family members that go to revisit their elderly relatives that have a mildew, musty, mold issue. And that's because a lot of times, or people, I shouldn't say elderly, just elderly, people that live near the ocean, they'll let the windows open, for the breeze, which is nice. But here in Florida, it's so humid all the time, you will eventually have a mildew, mold issue. And the ozone easily takes care of that mold, mildew, musty smell. If there's any questions or anything you need to know, we will be more than glad to help you as much as we can. But we will never tell you we promise and guarantee it will be all out. We guarantee it will be less. And we can give you typical results. We've been in business over 20 years. People just don't leave good reviews. I wish they did. More frequently, we have, I don't know how many different places on the internet, at Thumbtack, at Google, different reviews at different places. I don't know, a couple handfuls of reviews here and there, but you won't find a one bad review about us, and we've been in business over 20 years. We also have our pricing on the internet, on our website. Our pricing structure is the same for everybody. It don't matter if you have holes in the floor in a mobile home, or if it's a rental, or if you have marble floors. And our prices are on the internet for everybody to see. Our competition sees it, and prices is 10-20% lower than us, which is fine. Half the time they're not insured. They might say they are, but they're not. Because many years ago we did the same thing, but for the past, I don't know, 15 years, we have insurance. We're fully insured. We would never go without insurance. We do condos, we do businesses, warehouses, homes. We would never definitely not go without insurance in this business. We never had a claim. We know what we're doing. We don't damage nothing or break anything when we're moving equipment in and out. We service our service area. We service the whole state of Florida, and we go into Georgia. We've been up to Atlanta a couple times for projects up there in Atlanta. We go into South Carolina, and that's roughly our service area. All Florida, throughout Florida, into Georgia, and up into Atlanta, and even up into South Carolina we've been into. Now, for vehicles, we normally don't we can treat vehicles, but the cost is, we have a minimum fee for different areas. And the cost, like if there's a vehicle in Georgia, the cost would be, we would do it if you want, but the cost would be pretty high. It's not like if it's right here in our backyard. And if it's right here in our backyard for a vehicle, our typical charge is $250 for a vehicle. And I feel so bad because we get people calling us from quite a few times from 100, 300, 400 miles away wanting us to do a vehicle, and we tell them up front, look, we normally only do homes in that area because of the cost. We can do your vehicle if you want, and we're very good at doing vehicles, extremely good. We have our machines. We build our own machines now. You can't even buy them as strong as what we build them. And we're very proud of the fact that we have the knowledge to build our own machines. But if you have any questions or comments or anything, please let us know. You can reach out to us. We have a wealth of information on our website, probably information overload, but I'd rather get the information out there to you, because in the wrong hands, ozone can be dangerous. In the proper hands, ozone is best thing since sliced bread. All right, so there you have it, the truth about the 100% odor removal guarantee and the odor removal or odor elimination or odor remediation business. Thank you and have a wonderful day.